Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Recently, the Lord reminded me about the happenings surrounding the pandemic. He then gave me a retrospective letter highlighting things He had said to me in previous words about that season. So, before I share this recent letter, I'm going to read a couple of excerpts from a few of those past words which pertain to the opening of this current letter. If you'd like to read the entirety of those words, both links can be found in the description box below. First, in April of 2020, the Lord spoke to me about Bill Gates. The letter is called The Intentions of This Wealthy Man. In this word, he spoke about, among other things, the vaccine. This is a small portion of what I heard. Expect, however, to hear claims about positive data, which shows they may have come up with a way to prevent people from catching this virus and then passing it on. Yet just like when test subjects are given a placebo, but are told a lie about what they've ingested, the vaccine being touted as a wonder drug would be the same as treating a patient with water and sugar. Then in September of 2021, the Lord spoke to me again about the vaccine and what to expect. That word is called the remedy, and this is some of what I heard. So like a car driving down an unpaved road with many ruts, rough terrain lies just ahead, with many at a loss as to how best navigate the course, those who shall therefore choose the path of least resistance. And while the majority won't agree with the restrictive demands issued by the government, very few will have the courage to make any kind of stand, as most will simply go along with these mandates in an effort to avoid losing their livelihood. Yet these mandates shall not halt the spread, but will, by adding to the number of unnecessary deaths, instead actually wind up causing more harm than good. But such are the evils of men when their hearts are filled with selfish intent, for they are reckless with the lives of others, having little regard for the pain and anguish their self-serving choices cause for anyone else. Then expect to hear that more have fallen before the battle over who controls this nation has ended. For the enemy can sense he is losing ground, and so his attack shall only intensify, causing panic to spread as many more are overtaken with fear. Those who have accepted the lie that they will surely die if they contract the virus. And now here is the recent word that I received. The epidemiology surrounding that virus, which was presented as factual, has surely been proven false, just as I had predicted it would be. Yet many did not believe, and so listened to the global propaganda instead of me. Thus are some of these doubters now paying with their lives the consequence of that decision. And so it would appear that what had been promoted as the only real effective measure against contracting the virus did exactly as I had previously said and caused more damage than good. For not only did the vaccine not curb the spread, but now amongst the vaccinated are there a good percentage who stand in a compromised state, those who were otherwise healthy before taking what is commonly referred to as the jab. Then what I had stated about the vaccine acting similarly to that of a placebo, where a sense of false security was elicited upon receiving the vaccination, actually occurred. For though a vast number who were injected chose this route to set their minds at ease, yet did a number of these actually contract the virus and then contribute to its spread. So though many were the scoffers who rejected my insights and predictions about the pandemic, still did the words I had spoken manifest. But while many in the propagandized public have had their eyes open to the truth about the recent pandemic and government mandates, still shall many of these quickly vacate this reality, should that global cabal once again sound the alarm that another pandemic has arrived, as indeed is the spirit of fear still rooted in their hearts. See, then it is only a matter of time before news of another pandemic is widely circulated. Yet more so shall be the hysteria surrounding its spread, as this contagion shall be classified by prominent voices as being more deadly than the last. This global cabal knows that achieving world domination would be more readily accomplished with a compliant populace, and therefore are they convinced that another manufactured pandemic is just the ticket to accomplishing that goal. However, while some might be fooled again, still others shall take more convincing that they aren't being sold just another bill of goods. And so shall doctored evidence be brought forth to support these globalist claims, which then shall cause widespread panic to set in. As surely shall this fabricated proof seem reasonable in the eyes of a vast majority around the world. And while some shall contract this latest contagion, for indeed it already exists, the source of its genesis shall, however, not be as claimed, as again it is the hands of man that shall really be to blame when it suddenly appears to spread. As a result, there shall be a more aggressive push for worldwide adherence to extra restrictive pandemic mandates as the necessary steps to efficiently end its spread. And so shall all citizens be expected to comply, regardless of their country of origin, as it has already been asserted that pandemic mandates supersede the rights of the individual. Then it would seem that my warriors must now engage in a preemptive strike upon this target, so that the plans of this globalist cabal are fully thwarted. Therefore, do not take this news lying down, but instead rise up and fight. Even now declare peace into the global atmosphere, so that it settles upon the people of Earth. For it is true that although some of the fear surrounding the recent pandemic has been dispelled, still can its last vestiges be found loitering around, as this demonic spirit is preparing to again rear its ugly head. Therefore take an offensive position, and thus assault this enemy's stronghold now. Put fear to the sword by declaring the truth that the God of peace has already crushed him under your feet. So contend with an inner stance of rest, as those who are confident of triumph, because their conquering king has already ridden out onto the field of battle, and thus has ensured their enemies' defeat. So soldier on, beloved, soldier on. Thanks again for joining me today.